welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Luna. I'm an independently published fantasy author and small business owner. I create fantasy-inspired, customizable reading journals called the Bookish Buddy and other bookish goodies. Last week's main quest was starting the serious prep work for my first physical relaunch, but of course there were some side quests where I went to Tipsy Books, built a table, and tried to figure out some storage solutions. If you missed it, I will link last week's vlog below. This week, the main quest is more prep for the physical launch, because that is just under 2 weeks away now. But there will more than likely be some extra side quests. One in particular will be celebrating summer solstice at the beach, so I will take you along for that. And I'm also going to have lots of physical products to actually share with you, like both of the reading journals, the bookmarks, some more stickers, and the inserts and inner booklets for the Bookish Buddies themselves. So if that sounds like fun, I would love for you to join me on this week's adventure. Hello friends, happy Wednesday. I know what you're thinking. Luna, what gives? What do you mean it's Wednesday? You normally start your vlogs on a Monday, and now you're starting this vlog with hello, happy Wednesday. So, I apologise, my friends. I am starting this a couple of days late. And the reason for that is if you were here last week, you'll remember that I had a bit of a week of things not quite going to plan, and I was tired. I was really lacking in energy and motivation. So, Monday, I had a bit of a write-off day. I just had to chill. I had a nice nap. I had some cuddles on the sofa with Dexter, watched a couple of movies, had an early night. I know, I'm an old lady. Then yesterday, I finished doing all my corporate stuff in the morning and I was full of beans. And I had loads of motivation to start doing things, and I got a little bit carried away and forgot to film any of it. I also didn't want to kind of slow my momentum down by setting up the tripod, and I haven't filmed my intro yet and all of that sort of stuff. I was like, I just want to get stuck in. So let me catch you up because I have made some progress since I last spoke to you, and I feel like it's only fair that I get you up to speed. So I did manage to get 2 Bookish Buddies made over the last couple of days. When I left you on Sunday afternoon, I was still waiting for the interfacing to arrive, and it didn't come until like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. So I did start cutting things out, but I didn't get to doing it until Tuesday. So let me show you what happened. So the interfacing that I actually got, I think it must have been from a different supplier because it was a little bit thicker than the one that I'd been doing my prototypes with. And so when I made the first one, which is this one, which is a traveler style Bookish Buddy, so it's got the elastic down the side ready to insert the little mini booklets, and it's got a little charm on there. Everything pretty much is how I wanted it to be. So the eyelets fit properly, the elastic's all good. If I open it up, I can show you the inside. I absolutely love the way the fabric looks and all of that. The only issue that I have is because the bonder web and the interfacing is quite thick, it's got a really wide kind of seam so that you can see a lot of white on the edge, and I don't really like that. I'd prefer it to be a little bit thinner on the edge, but also I can't not have the interfacing in there. Otherwise it loses some of its stability. So I had to go back to the drawing board again and come up with a way of not being able to see it all on the seam. So basically what I've decided to do is when I'm cutting it, which is going to take a lot more time because I'm going to have to be really, really accurate. So my initial plan when I was making these was to literally just make a sandwich of the 5 fabrics, so leather, interfacing, bonder web, interfacing, fabric, make the sandwich and then cut it all out at once. And this is what gave me this really thick edge that I don't like. So what I'm going to have to do now, I think, is cut all the pieces individually and cut the interfacing fractionally smaller than the leather and the fabric. The bonder web doesn't matter because it kind of melts, so it kind of fizzles away on the outside, so you wouldn't actually see that on the outside. But the interfacing, I can't have it right up to the edge, which is going to take me a lot longer to do, and it's going to slow production down of making these, full stop. But I want them to be as perfect as I can make them, and I'm just not happy with such a thick edge like that. So this one's fine, but I'm not going to put this one up for sale because I don't like the really thick edge. I also discovered because I hadn't thought about this, is that when this folds, if it's got the ring binder mechanism in it, it adds an extra half an inch or so to the width of the pages. And so when it was folding over, it was like the pages were coming out to like here. And I was like, I don't like that either. I need this edge to go all the way to the edge of the paper. So I also have to have two different sizes. So I've got one size for the traveler style journal, and I've got one size for the ring binder journal, which I'll show you in a minute. And I also discovered, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there's a little bit of a stripe on this pattern, on this fabric, which shouldn't be there. And I discovered that because I was ironing it on my countertop, because I don't have an ironing board, don't judge me, and I was ironing it on a tea towel, it was picking up the tea towel print on there. Even though there was like tea towel and then greaseproof paper, it was still picking up the imprint of the tea towel pattern. So I found a towel instead, which doesn't have a pattern on it. So that's going to solve that problem. But yeah, that one's just going to be kind of like a prototype part 2. So then on to the ring binder version, which I absolutely love this. This is almost perfect. So on this one, I did the cutting every single sheet slightly differently, and the edging on this is a lot thinner. So it's a lot neater. The interfacing literally comes up to like there. So it's literally a couple of mil away from the edge, and it just gives a nice softness to the edge, and it's nowhere near as thick and white, which I really, really like. I also made it a little bit wider so that when the pages are in the ring binder, the inner page goes all the way to the end of the paper, which I love. And then I went and got some glue on the inside. And now there's a big white smudge on the inside of the cover. So this is going to have to be a whipsy one, which will get discounted. But other than that, this is pretty much perfect. So there you have them. Those are the Bookish Buddies. The ring binder one is slightly bigger, but I'm okay with that. That's absolutely fine, just because it makes sense to have the pages go right to the end. So that's us all up to date. That is everything I have done since I ended my vlog on Sunday. So moving forward today, I've been going back through my list of things I need to do, and there's still a lot of things on there. And I now have 10 days, which is nuts. So I'm really going to have to get my butt in gear and get cracking. I watched back through last week's vlog last night, and I realized that I told you 3 times I was going to work on the designs for the 2 new coloring pages and the additional challenge page, and I still haven't done it. So that's on my list of things to do today. I promise, cross my heart, hope to die, that I'm going to get that done today. I am going to get that done today. The other thing I need to do is I want to make another version of the traveler style journal, just so that I can do the photography for it and make a listing. I can make the journals right up until the day before release, it's absolutely fine. But I need at least one perfect one to be able to photograph and make content with. So I need to do another one of those. So that's on my list. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it for today. If I have any more time, I think I might do some more listings. So I've got all my Etsy ones done of the things that I've got made. And then I haven't started on Wix yet, but that doesn't take anywhere near as long as Etsy. So I'm going to do my listings on Wix if I have enough time left over for today. So for the rest of the week, it's going to be pretty busy. I have today, I have tomorrow, and I have Friday for definite to do some Bookish Buddy stuff. Saturday is going to be right off because I'm going to spend the day with my bestie for her birthday. Which obviously I'm really excited to do, and she's got the most gorgeous dog. I'm hoping I can take you guys with me and share a little bit of that with you. And then Sunday is summer solstice, so I'm going to be getting up at 4 a.m. for a sunrise swim. I'm not sure if I'm going to take any cameras or anything with me for that, but if I do, I'll make sure I take you along. And then it is Father's Day here in the UK, so in the evening we're doing a meal out with my partner's dad. but that does mean I might have a few hours free during the day, so I might be able to get a little bit more done on Sunday. But for now, it's pretty much today, tomorrow, and Friday. So I need to get as much done over the next 3 days as possible, because then we are literally moving into launch week. And I do not want to be rushing everything last minute like classic ADHD Luna. I would like to be on plan and well prepared for this launch. I also need to update you. I finally got a discount coupon through from Vistaprint. So I have ordered the 3 bookmarks, my business cards, and a little thank you card that I'm going to put in every order from them, and paid for express shipping. So hopefully that'll come in the next couple of days as well. And I'm really excited to share those with you. So for now, come with me while I draw a colouring page. And happy Thursday. So as you saw from the previous clips, I did manage to get all of my drawings done. So I've got the 2 new colouring pages which look like this, and the new challenge page which looks like this. I absolutely love this challenge page. I actually use this in a lot of my day-to-day activities because, in case you hadn't picked up on it yet, I have ADHD and sometimes decision paralysis is an actual thing. And so I use a roll the dice system like this and my D20 dice to decide what I'm going to do, what activity, what chore, what book I'm going to read, etc. So I thought that'd be a really fun activity page to include in the Bookish Buddy collection. So for today, what I think I really want to do is I really want to get some of the booklets done ready for the Traveller Style Journal, just so that I can test that they work, do some photography of them, start listing them on the website. I also managed to get a lot of the listings transferred over onto Wix. So that's kind of half done. I still need to do a few more. So I think for today, what I really want to focus on is getting the booklets done for the Traveller Style Journal, just because I think I'm going to have to make quite a lot of those. And I want to, 1, make sure that they actually work and that they fit and everything. 2, I want to start doing the photography for them so that I can start listing them, because I think I'm going to have about 10 or 12 different booklets to list. And I also want to start using them in, content and video ideas for social media and stuff like that. So I think that's going to be my task for today. So yeah, come along with me. Hello friends and happy Friday. I did not film quite as much as I wanted to yesterday, but that is only because I was locked in. Look how many books I've made. So I made more than I thought, but I've also designed more than I thought. So this is literally one of each. And I think I've got about 21 different books here. So we've got different books for various different styles of reading logs. I also realized that I could do variants of that. So I've got 100 books, 200 books, and 300 books. I've got all of the review booklets. I've done some blank booklets with plain, lined, and dotted paper. I've also got the series tracker, the future quests, which is like a TBR or future releases booklet, and loads of other sort of variants. I've also done a really cool annual log, which gives you a monthly tracker, a monthly log, and a monthly stats page for all 12 months. And I've also designed a 1 month tracker book, which gives you a monthly log, a monthly tracker, and then the space for reviews and then a stats page at the end. So you could almost have like one book per month, which I think is going to be really cool, especially moving forwards when there's different colors available. At the moment, it's only the green ones, but you could literally do a different color each month if you wanted to, once some of the other colors come out and other styles. So I think that's going to be really fun. And my ADHD brain likes that a lot. So some of these need to still be stapled and I need to trim them. And then I'm going to get cracking on doing some photography of those today. I also had a bit of a nightmare with the one that I said was kind of like a annual one that has a tracker, log, and stats page for each month for the whole year, just because printing it was a mess. And especially because different months have different like amounts of days in them, it took me way too long to make that. So I think I need to redesign the pages in the document for printing so that I can literally just print double-sided and it does it and it just prints out correctly, because I cannot be faffing about with that every time I need to print one of these. I would like to streamline that process. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the photography. And then I think the only other thing I really want to do today is get the rest of the current listings updated onto Wix. So then the only things I've got to list are the booklets, the actual journals, and then the physical items like the bookmarks and stuff when they come. So I'm getting there. We're getting pretty close. We are just under a week away. Like I said, this weekend is going to be pretty busy, but our plans have changed slightly. I think I already told you this for Sunday. So I'm going to have a little bit of time on Sunday now to try and get some bits and pieces done. But I also am going to need to edit and release this video. So I'm going to get cracking and I will take you along with me. Good morning, my friends, and happy Saturday. So yesterday I did manage to get all of the booklets stapled and I trimmed them all down just so that they're all really neat and tidy. I did notice that my guillotine started to struggle with some of the thicker books, like the ones with more pages in them. So I may have to upgrade at some point to a slightly more industrial strength guillotine, but they're a few £100 and that's definitely not a purchase I can justify just yet. I also managed to get photography done of all of the items and I started doing all my listings, but as you know, these things take quite a bit of time and so I didn't get that completely finished. So I have a couple of hours today until I go and spend the day with my bestie for her birthday. So I'm going to try and get the rest of the listings done today, which isn't very exciting to share with you. So the next time you see me, I'm hopefully going to be introducing you to my bestie's dog, who is the biggest softie, and I absolutely love going to visit her. I love going to see my bestie as well, of course, but her dog is amazing. And I'm also due my delivery from Vistaprint today. So if it comes this morning, I will show you. If it comes while I'm out, my partner will be here to accept it and I will have to just show you tomorrow. So for now, I'm going to leave this here, but I will chat to you guys in a bit. Hey, baby girl. morning, friends. Happy solstice. It is literally 4 a.m. and I'm about to go and pick up my bestie, and we're going to go down to the beach and have a sunrise swim. So, come with me. So I'm just testing this downstairs for a second. My partner is currently out in the garden mowing the lawn, and I just want to make sure that we can't hear her, and then I will come back. Okay, I think we're good. Also, Dexter is absolutely hating it because he can't go out in the garden at the moment because he will literally just get in the way. So he's sat by the back door really sad because he can't go and sniff out in the garden. So anyway, we went for solstice swim. Thank you very much for coming with me. When we were done in the water, me and my bestie went and sat on the pebble ridge, which, if anyone who doesn't know, it's like a long strip of pebbles that have been all gathered into like a protective barrier, because the beach would then back onto sort of like swamp and marshland. So it's there to protect that from flooding. We had some breakfast and then we came home and I went back to bed for a couple of hours just because I told you at the beginning of the video we've got a Father's Day meal today and I'm driving and we're going about an hour away, so I just wanted to make sure that I was fresh and ready. So yeah, I'm up, I'm ready to go, and I thought I would get you folks up to speed to where we were at from yesterday. So obviously I spent the day with my bestie, and when I got back I did in fact have my Vistaprint order. I got a little bit overexcited and I've already opened it, so I'm very, very sorry I didn't open that with you, but I thought I could show you now. There are a couple of, let's say, special editions that are going to be available because Vistaprint didn't quite do what I asked them to do. So let me show you. Hi, I pulled you a little bit closer so that I can actually show you what I've got nice and close up. And before I do that, I thought I should probably tell you that I have a little bit of a boo-boo. I picked up my guillotine cutter very stupidly yesterday and I sliced the top of my finger. It is intact, it bled a lot, and I'm fine, but ouch, I do not recommend. So the first thing I'm going to show you is I got some new business cards for the Bookish Buddy. So I've got the green cards here. I hope you can see those okay. Green cards here. And what I love about these is they actually match my author cards. They're just a slightly different colour. So the blue ones, obviously, for my writing stuff. And this is the same blue that's in the Bookish Buddy colour palette. So 2 business cards. Those are the new ones. I also got 3 different bookmarks. So the first one I got was the Just One More Chapter, and this one was printed perfectly, so it's got the same design front and back. So that's bookmark 1. Bookmark 2 was the interior pattern, so the fabric that I designed, and that's the same again, front and back. And I just thought that would be a really nice one to have because it'll match the interior of the Bookish Buddies. So then we're on to the special edition versions because these didn't quite come out as I had planned. So the first one is the bookshelf bookmarks. So the actual design is exactly as I designed it, but the idea was that you'd be able to turn them around and it would be the exact same on the back, but it's kind of flipped. So they're going to be special edition ones. So only the first 50 are going to look like that. So they're going to be the special edition bookmarks where one on the back is upside down. And then the thank you cards, which I got, I was so excited for these, and I'm a little bit sad that they didn't quite turn out how I planned. But the artwork I absolutely love. So that's the 50 bookshelf that I've coloured in myself, and then on the back is a thank you note. But the thank you note is upside down. It was definitely not upside down when I previewed it and okayed the design. So it's got a thank you note on it with a little scroll so that I can write people's names and everything. And again, the first 50 orders are going to have these special edition thank you notes, but once those have run out, I'm going to reorder them and make sure that the front and back are the right way up. Okay, so it's about 10:30 now, and like I said, we're going out this afternoon for Father's Day meal. I need to get this video edited and posted, and that takes me a couple of hours, so I'm probably going to stop the video here just so that I'm not rushing. I've got enough time to get the video exactly how I want it. If I have any more time, I'm going to do some photography of the bookmarks that have arrived and get those listings all done. And I still need to do the listings for all the new stuff that I've made this week. So the new Bookish Buddy pages that we designed, the colouring pages and the challenge page, but also the green sort of insert booklets for the traveller style. So I've got a lot of things that I can make listings for and start uploading ready for next week. So I'm going to stop the video here. Thank you so much for coming along this week. So if you made it all the way to the end, don't forget to like and pop one of these emojis in the comments. Next week is going to be the actual launch of the Herbalist physical Bookish Buddy, and I am so excited for this. I've got a lot of work still to do, but I'm confident that I can get it all done. So I'd love for you to join me next week. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss it. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Dexter's got bored and wandered off. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week and that all your reads are magical and 5 stars. Until next time.